So, Bo, it seems like maybe entering this game focused could be on even on that that's something you guys were talking about.
Yeah, I think so, obviously. Really looking to take care of the defensive side of the puck. Some you can always do that. So, yeah, I think our boys have been doing a really good job. And, there's a lot of areas we can help them out with. I think our neutral zone and just forwards tracking above pucks, D-men keeping tight gaps. That'll all kind of factor into keeping the shot going.
And with Cale Makar being out, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. As of right now, we don't know if Morgan is playing or not. But with him being out, your responsibility picking up a bit, getting more time on ice. What did you
just playing hard, having fun. No use putting too much pressure on yourself. Just go out there and play and enjoy it. That's usually what I focus on. Whenever I put too much pressure on myself, it doesn't usually work out that well. So just go.
It's the start of a 5-game homestand. A lot of comfort comes when you're just playing at home. So how do you translate this?
Yeah, it's nice. It feels like I've been on the road a lot to start the year. So to be home for a week or so here is definitely a breath of fresh air. I think it almost just relaxes everyone. Everyone's at home with their families and whatnot. So we're all excited for that.
Thanks so much.
That couple runs, how much does it impact your confidence to be able to get on the score sheet like that?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Sometimes when you're struggling a little bit, you need a bounce or puck to go in, and I was lucky to get that. So I'm just going to try to continue that. Move my feet, playing an offensive game, but being sound defensively as well. So I'm excited for tonight.
And the elevated opportunity has increased your ice time. Do you feel like with a little bit more runway in games, it suits your game better?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, never want to be missing Cale, and missing him last game was a big hole in our lineup. So it doesn't really change too much, to be honest. I just try to play the same way and play confident. And I think things will take care of itself.
Did the result of the Anaheim game leave a little bit of a sting to channel that into something productive going into tonight?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit of a tough road trip for us. Didn't come out with any wins, got a couple of points, which is important, but definitely looking to get back on track tonight.
I'm curious, you've obviously had a bit of a tough run health-wise. Just how refreshing has it been to have a year like this where you're just in the lineup every night?
Yeah, it's been good. I feel like I've said this a lot, but throughout my injuries, I've learned a lot about taking care of my body and warming up, nutrition, I don't know, a lot of different things. So I feel like everything's kind of starting to come together here, and hopefully my play continues to elevate, and we can win some games down the stretch into Christmas here.
Has there been any specific changes you can think of in warm-ups or diet or anything that you've made?
I don't know. I've seen some pretty good rehab people, exercise people, whatever you want to call them, that just kind of have a different approach to things, and I've just been kind of using things from everyone that I've seen in my daily routine at the rink, at home, whatever it might be. So nothing too crazy, but it's been working, so I'll stick with it.
And how would you kind of just assess your specific overall play kind of through the first 25 games or whatever we're at?
Yeah, I've been a little rocky, up and down, awful some games, not bad some other games, okay other games. I feel like the last few games I've started to play a little better, so just got to continue to build.
You've had some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It seems like Manson's game has been more dialed in lately. What have you seen from your perspective and how he's stepped up?
Yeah, Manson's been playing really well. I think he's been playing a lot more minutes, and I think sometimes that helps, when you're just trying to get back into the swing of things. So coming off an injury for him last year, is tough, and I think he's, like you said, been playing really well of late, and we all love having him out there. He's a big physical presence, and definitely helps our back end out.
You had a few of the puck over the glass penalties. Are you able to write those off as a little bit more of bad breaks than say a trip or a hook or something like that?
Well, they're still pretty stupid, so
yeah.
I don't know. Obviously something you don't want to be doing is putting your team on the PK too often, and the first 20 so games I've been doing that quite a bit, so still trying to play with edge, but just being smart with my stick, and yeah, I don't know, not shooting the puck over the glass.
Well, was it feeling good to get, contribute some in that Anaheim game and have the game that you had?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, you always want to win. And it was unfortunate we didn't get 2 points out of that one. But, yeah, it felt like one of my better games in a while. So, like I said, I'm just trying to build on it and continue to get better and work hard and be a good teammate.
I guess did you feel when you were playing on your offside, did you feel like you were kind of adjusting? Obviously now you're back on your normal side, but did you feel like you were starting to figure that out a little bit?
Yeah, a bit. I think it's tough to do. I don't know, you look around the league, there's only a handful of guys that do it very well. So it's not easy, but it's something that you got to do sometimes. And, I'm grateful for being able to play that side and kind of get used to it a bit. So down the road, if I got to play on my offside again, I'm a little more comfortable with it. So yeah, it's a challenge. And, yeah, I don't know. I thought I was starting to come a bit with it, but obviously we're losing some guys. I've been moved back to the left, and it's kind of been a breath of fresh air. I feel really comfortable over there. So.
Is it mostly just like spacing that makes it different? Like, what's the biggest challenge like on the offside?
Changes the whole game. The way you see the ice. Whenever you get the puck, you're getting the puck like this, so you can't see up the ice at all. It makes it difficult in the offensive zone, picking up pucks off the wall, whatever it might be. In the neutral zone, you're always turning to your comfortable side, right? Like you're always on your bad leg, crossing over, whatever. Just makes things kind of weird. It's kind of difficult to explain. It's hard to read the ice over your off shoulder all the time, but. I really got a lot of respect now for the guys that do it well. I think like Heiskanen, Theodore, those guys do it, and they're superstars in the NHL. So.
Talk to you as kind of someone who's new to the team.
Yeah.
What impressed you most coming in when you kind of first saw his game on a day-to-day basis?
I think just the pace of play. Obviously the size of the way he skates and goes on the puck is pretty impressive. Played basketball since I'm 14, 15 years old against Russia. So he was the same kind of player. He's always a top player for Russia. Hard to stop. He was big at that age and kept that going. Honestly, I think his speed and his strength is pretty impressive.
Yeah. What do you remember? Is there anything?
Same things. He was just looking at the same size, same game. Take it wide, take it to the net with a lot of speed and strength. And, obviously, it took him a couple of years to figure it out, but he's figured it out.
What does he kind of bring to the power play? It seems like you guys.
Yeah, I think obviously anytime you get a big guy in front of the net, you got guys like Gale that could get shots through, and they seem to understand where the shots are going to. I don't know how many tips he has this year, but he's got a couple of tips where they look pretty easy and pretty simple, but I think they work on it, and they have an understanding of where the puck's going to be, with what kind of height. But yeah, he's a big boy, and I think we need that in front of the net.
Yeah. How are your fantasy teams doing? Good football.
Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
I got three leagues, 3 playoffs. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Hopefully,
Nice.
win one league. Hopefully,
Win one
league would be nice. Yeah.
What was the evaluation of the road trip on the whole?
Yeah, up and down, I think. Would have been nice to grab one of those old team wins. I thought we had 2 good periods in LA, and they kind of took it to us in the third a little bit, where ran out of juice maybe a little bit, and couldn't really respond to what the pressure we're kind of getting thrown at. And but yeah, I thought we had a good game in Anaheim as well. Obviously they came back, but yeah. Now we were at home for a couple of games. And I'd say take care of home ice a little bit, get a lot of wins, and get back on track.
Did the result of the Anaheim game leave enough of a sting to channel that into something productive tonight?
Obviously when you have a back-to-back too, it hurts when you have the lead and you lose an overtime winner. You got to go play. We're playing out 5 the next day, so it would have been nice to have those 2 points in that game, and kind of hope you get 2 points in LA. And like I said, we had 2 good periods where. It's pretty tight checking, and it's pretty even scoring chances, but like I said, they took it to us in the third.
Were you feeling it, like just fatigue-wise towards that?
No, maybe a little bit, but they just look more fresh. It happens where the schedule gets in your way a little bit. It's part of the game. Every team's gonna get those games sometimes, and but yeah, you gotta find a way to battle through it. We didn't, and like I said, it's time to take care of some home games here.
How important is it for you for the homestand to be able to mentally reset?
Yeah, it is, especially around that time too. It's very cool to be at home since Christmas time, if you want to call it. And yeah, it's time to reset. Obviously, we didn't like that road trip. We didn't mind our games, but we didn't like the results we got. And you know, to face Anaheim again, it's obviously awesome. It's just right back at them, and hopefully get 2 points in.
I know power plays are notoriously up and down throughout the season. You guys are on a bit of a streak there, but is there a sense that you need to reset anything for the power play going into tonight after some struggles, especially in the LA game?
Yeah, that LA game wasn't pretty. But yeah, I thought we did some good things in Anaheim. I thought we had chances. We could have got at least 1 or 2, and we didn't. But I thought we're still on the same page. We talk a lot. I don't think we're going one way, or you know, guys are. I don't like to use that word, but almost bitching on the bench. None of that. We're on the same page. We're trying to figure it out, and I thought we had success. We're moving the puck well, getting shots, and it's about getting that 1 goal and keep it going.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's kind of a random story, but I'm asking players in the league about their favorite piece of game-used equipment they own, whether it's like a first goal puck or a stick from a big game or anything. It's Cam's birthday today too. Oh, it's Cam's birthday. Happy birthday! Thank you. Does anything come to mind for you?
I'd say it was probably, I have a stick that I used in my first game played, and then that's in a frame with my first ever goal. Different games, but I got them framed together, so that would probably be it for me.
Where do you keep it?
It's in my loft in my house in California.
That's great.
Yeah.
Here in Colorado, there's a few former Ducks, Cogliano and Manson. With Cogliano, what do you think has kind of helped him play as the games he's just been able to have?
Well, he's a true pro. There's nobody that's as dialed in as he is with his recovery, and he takes care of himself. So he's definitely been ahead of the game when it comes to that stuff, and it's helped him have a long career. And I learned a lot from him too as a younger guy. We had some great years together, but it's not surprising that he's been able to maintain his level of play just because he takes care of himself so well.
What's kind of been your early impressions of Greg Cronin through the quarter of the season?
Well, he's an intense guy that he cares a lot. He's trying to get the best out of us, whether it's morning ski practice or games. There's really no time off. Everything has to be high pace, as hard as we can do it. And we have a young team, so it's taken a little bit for us to kind of get used to his way of coaching. But he cares a lot, and he wants what's best for us and what's best for the team. And he's really passionate about what he does. So it's been nice to have him behind there and help push us forward.
Talk to some of the Eagles players, or former Colorado Eagles players about him, and they've said that they were always the harder. They might not have always won, but they were always the harder working team.
Yeah.
How, as a coach, does he bring that out of people?
Well, it's mostly about accountability throughout the whole team. So, whether it's video or some game sheets that we have, he's not afraid to hold everybody accountable to the same standard, whether you're a younger player or a guy that's played 10, 12 years. Everyone's held to the same standard, and it helps kind of the team get together and know that, okay, there's a certain way that we have to play, and if you don't, you're going to miss some time or you're going to get sat or whatever. So it helps kind of elevate everybody's game because you want to do what's best for the team, and he's holding everybody to that standard. So it makes it easier to buy in.
You talked about it being a young group. How does he lean on veteran players like yourself to more effectively reach some of the young core?
Yeah, well, I think he talks to us about some things that we see on the ice, our opinions on things. Sometimes too, it's just about scheduling stuff. If how we're feeling, if we're feeling tired, or if we need a little bit of time off. But I think there's a lot of it that just kind of goes unsaid for us. Like me and Goody on the back end, we have some younger guys, so it's up to us to kind of help those guys along. Do the best we can to make it easy on them, because I know it's hard as a young player to play in this league. So, and that goes for the forwards too. We have a lot of guys that are helping the younger players along. It's just part of being a good team, and the coaches don't really have to say too much about that. That's mostly on the players to help out with that.
And the last time you were in this building marked the beginning of a tough stretch. Was there any significance in being able to reset the course against the team that sort of started it?
Yeah, well, you never want to stack losses on top of one another, and that's what we were doing. So it was great for us to be able to kind of get out of that slump against a really good team. But we understand now, they're coming back home. I think they have a few losses in a row, so they're going to be hungry and motivated, and we need to make sure that we match that intensity. And we want to start stacking some wins up now too, because it's a critical part of the year where we have to get moving in the standings. And we got off the slide there, but this is another good opportunity for our team to come out and hopefully get off to a great start on the road trip.
Thank you.
You're welcome.